Yo, people, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and we're back again with another video. Today on Eagle Talks Football, we're going to be talking about the big game tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff. Why are we even kicking off at 12:30? Mikel Arteta spoke about that. We're going to talk about that. Is it whining? Is he wrong? Is he right to talk about that? But you know what? There's also been some other news. Apparently, Emile Smith rowe is back. We got an update on Thomas Partey's fitness. This is a must-win game. Let me know. Do you think Arsenal will beat Aston Villa on the weekend? And also, Emery's making his return to the Premier League to face Arsenal for the first time since he's come back. That is going to be a shaky one also. And Lee Mason has resigned from his post at with the PGOL as a VAR referee. Wow, we did it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. Let's hit this like button, hit that subscribe button. People in the chat, keep chatting, keep chatting. Let me know what you guys feeling, how you guys are feeling in the chat, and let's get this show started, people. Yes, people. If you're coming over right now from Never a Foul, shout out to you guys right now. Everyone who's coming over from Never a Foul, make sure you hit that goddamn like button right now. But yo, Gunner Souls, how you feeling going into the big game on the weekend before we get into any other topics? How you feeling? Terrence Tibbs in the house. Big up Terrence Tibbs. People saying I'm ducking Lee Gunner. You know what? I'll just say this right now. I have nothing to say to the guy. He's made it clear he doesn't want to have an actual football conversation. We're just gonna talk about the same old stuff that he talks about every day. 19 years, same thing that basically happened right now and Never the Foul with Northside. No disrespect to the guy, but it is what it is. I don't. He, by the way, is the person who offered, and I said, "Why? How convenient that you want to speak to me now when after we drop points in three successive games and drop points in basically four successive games. Out of now it's convenient. You want to have a conversation, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We keep it moving. We keep it moving. We don't have to have that conversation anymore. You can keep doing what you're doing. You and Harry just chatting shit. Anyways, people talking about Liga. You know what? The less said about him, the better. People. He's gonna start bringing up how much money he makes every week. But yeah, let's go straight into the talk into the game. What are we saying, bro? How you feeling about Lee Mason getting sacked? Like, what the hell just happened?
I mean,
It has to be
it's
done, right?
yeah. He's. I mean, they've said they mutually walked away or whatever the phrase was, but they mutually done whatever they've done. Um, to be honest, man, it was a long time coming. Finally, they've made an example of someone, for basically being out and out an incompetent person. Now, the thing is, look, I never advocate for people losing their jobs or getting sacked or their livelihoods being interrupted, but when you've blatantly keep making the same types of mistakes and you keep ruining games, there comes a point where you're like, are you good enough? Maybe the punishment should have been you're dropping like a relegation thing where you're going to drop down maybe three leagues, learn how to referee properly, and then you can come back or whatever. But the reality is, look, forgetting to draw lines, like am I a dickhead? Like you get paid 60 to £100,000 of like we're the only country in the world where officials are actually a job title. Like they are official careers that these guys can go into. They get paid more than enough money to draw lines, to do the
Yes.
fundamentals of your job.
For John just asked, did he leave? For anyone who doesn't know, Lee Mason has officially resigned from his position, mutual agreement with the Premier League. He has officially resigned after the controversial decision against Brentford. He is out the door, and he's no longer going to be a Premier League referee. Yo, M, if you want to come on, just bring on your camera today, bro. But yeah, this is an official Premier League referee resigning, being held accountable for the first time in a long time. I haven't seen a referee held accountable for their actions, but this is a good sign. A referee actually getting held for his account for his actions, and this is the official statement from the PGOL. They said PGOL can confirm that video assistant referee Lee Mason has departed the organization by mutual consent. Lee Mason, it was a Premier League referee for 15 years and oversaw 287 top flight matches during the time. Last confirmed uh, closing date was in 2020, 2021, 2022 season. His career full-time official saw 51-year-old official oversee over 500 matches as he progressed in league football since 1998. We would like to say thank you, Lee, for your dedicated service and as a professional, and wish you all the best in the future. Basically, it's a nice way of saying you got sacked. It's a nice way of you saying you got sacked by mutual consent. That's what it is. That's really and truly what it is. That's really what happened. He didn't resign as per se. He basically got sacked. That's what happened, right? That's
Yeah,
what
I mean,
happened.
let's break it down. So, if you look at the financial reports of like what referees on average get paid in the UK, it's between anywhere from 70 to 200,000 pounds. It's reported that if you're managing like a big top end like Champions League game, that's where the highest pays come in. So about £5,000 per match. They can get anywhere from about 800 to £1,500 per game when they're refereeing. So when you're looking at that level of money, come on, you've got to be good at your job. You're at the Premier League. And my issue isn't necessarily that he made a mistake. Like making a mistake is like, for example, the Martinelli situation. That okay, I can give you that. Maybe it's just your interpretation of what happened and you made a mistake. But drawing lines, come on, what more? How more easier can your job be? Oh, I'm deciding to do an offside. I know I'm meant to draw lines. That's like number one on my list to do. I won't do it. That's just blatant corruption. That's not incompetency. That's just blatantly. It's like someone saying, "Send me an email," and you sit there and send him a letter. Like, what are you fucking doing? Are you stupid or something?
Bro, it's a joke. It's a joke. But you know what? Let's try to move on away from some of the jokes and let's get to some of the news, ladies and gentlemen. Mikel Arteta had a press conference and he had a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. But the first thing is Emile Smith Rowe is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Emile Smith Rowe is back. He is back in full training and he could be featuring versus Aston Villa, if I'm not mistaken. This is great news, is it not?
Oh, mate, you don't understand how much I wanted this guy back. Now, a lot of people, and you know what it is. It's quite a nice topic because there's a lot of people who want to sell him because of his injuries and whatever's going on. But I want to kind of break it down. Now, when you look at it, he's got double figures in goals and assists coming off the bench last season. He's one of our, in my opinion, best
Audio.
finishers in the club. I don't think there's a better finisher from a chance to goal conversion than Emile Smith Rowe. When you look at his directness, when you look at the way he can keep the ball ticking, keep the attacks flowing, and one thing is he's very forward thinking. And the one thing that we look at, for example, Granny Shaq, no, I'm not going to throw shade on him, but I do want to criticize his performance against Man City for a moment. When you look at the moment, like, for example, when he could have played Martinelli through or Eddie Nketiah, and he kind of overplayed the pass, that's where the situations like that, where Emile Smith Rowe would have drove with the ball, or he would have made the correct decision to make the pass or shoot first time. So I'm very glad. I'm very happy. A very two-footed player who can play on that right centre mid spot for Granit Xhaka to open up these low blocks, because inevitably that's what we're going to come across. And what ESR is brilliant at, he is very he's a striker in a midfield role. Comes into the box, that ball lands on his feet, you know it's a goal. And that's what I think is going to scare players. And oppositions are now going to go, crap, we better watch out for ESR, which is going to expand the amount of players who can't two-man Saka, two-man Martinelli, because they've now got another threat to look after as well.
You know what? It's interesting. But let me just say this, guys. Besides Emile Smith Rowe news, I just want to say Emile Smith Rowe coming back is massive. And it's crazy how much people forgot what Emile Smith Rowe brought to the table before he left and got injured. This was a guy who last season, if I'm not mistaken, was one of our highest goal scorers in the Premier League. He had double-digit goals in the Premier League. Am I wrong?
He had definitely had double-figure goals. I can't remember if his assists were double figures or close to anyway. He was definitely our second GA in the league.
Yeah. Emile Smith Rowe last season in the league. This season he's played 5 games. That's crazy to think. He's only played 5 games.
Yeah.
And most of them as substitutes. Last season he played 33 games. He only missed 5 games. So in the last 2 seasons he had a total of 38 games, and last season he had 10 goals and 2 assists. This is a crucial piece to the puzzle, guys. This was the guy who started Project Restart. Emile Smith Rowe needs time to be match fit and prove injuries are behind him. That is 100% true. I hope ESR and Jesus are fine, can fire us to the title. Definitely do, Terrence Tibbs. Another person saying here, ESR, we're going to need him 110%. Now, Mikel Arteta also spoke about Thomas Partey. This is what he had to say about Thomas Partey, Souls. When speaking about Thomas Partey, he said, "Thomas Partey, I can assure you we can assess him today. He had some discomfort, a little muscular discomfort. We have to assess him and see how he is. I'm not gonna lie, that is a reality. We need to wait and see with Thomas Partey. We're not going to rush him back, even though Aston Villa is a big game and we have to win it. Imagine if Thomas Partey is injured for even more of an extended period, it would cost us even more. So I don't think it's a situation where the club is going to rush him back at all. They're going to wrap him up in cotton wool and they're going to take their sweet ass time for him to come back. And you know what? People are worried, and deservedly so. People are worried. They don't know if Jorginho can cover for the long time. But in the short term, he's done well, and I think for the short term, we might be okay. Do you disagree?
No, look, Jorginho, like, whatever we as individuals, as fans, think about Jorginho is irrelevant. Arteta's wanted this guy for many, many summers. And what you've got to understand, whether it's a smokescreen to get the likes of Thomas Partey through the door or not, he's linked to him. He's spoken highly about Jorginho. So for me, I think there's two benefits to this. Number one, we finally got Partey and we've discovered that, okay, he's getting these discomforts early. So before he completely tears a muscle or pulls a muscle and he's out for 3 months, we've been able to see it where, to be fair, he's probably match fit and he can probably play. But we've discovered it at a point where, do you know what, we're like, we don't need to risk him. We've got Jorginho. Let's just put him in. And if we need to use Partey, we can. Now, when you look at the next man, let's say 5 games, we don't play anyone in the top 6. I don't believe it's Everton. We've got Leicester. We've got Aston Villa. We've got Southampton. So all of these games, in my opinion, Jorginho is more than capable of just deputizing in whilst Partey's fit for those main games. That's why you have a squad. And you know what? At least he's not out for 3 months like he normally is. So that's, I guess, the benefit of, that's why I'm not as like, oh, for fuck's sakes, because we've caught it early.
What you saying, Thomas Partey? You're gonna rush him back, or you're gonna take your time with him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, it's with Thomas Partey, it's kind of getting annoying now. He's not reliable. I saw some stat that he's missed so many big fixtures, and when you actually deep how many games he's missed, it's quite concerning. I don't want to go into next season relying on Thomas Partey being our first choice central midfielder, because we know he kind of did cost us him and Tierney top 4 last season, and he could be costing us the title this season. So it's kind of worrying. I thought Jorginho actually done well against Manchester City, but you know what Partey can offer is he can offer that bit more pace, and Partey is just better on the ball than Jorginho. So hopefully he's not out for long, because we need him back into the team as soon as possible.
There you go. People are Chelsea fans are in the house also. Terrence Tibbs saying Partey is one of the reasons we are at the top. That is true, but at the same time, Thomas Partey has missed a lot of big games for us.
I mean, if you look at it, he's played 24 games last season. That's not good enough. He's missed 14 games.
How many games has he played this season?
So this season he's played 21.
No, but the thing
in
is,
the league, sorry, in the league.
When he plays, though.
He's played 18. My bad. He's played 18.
When he plays, though, he's the best player. He's one of the best players on the pitch. That's a reality. But it's mostly if he's available.
But this is why, you know what it is? The argument should always be we need to build a squad out. So, for example, now that we've got Jorginho, I think it alleviates the pressure from Arteta to go, I don't have to play him. So now that we've caught it, okay, he's got a bit of discomfort. Last season, we wouldn't know he had a discomfort. He would have played and would have completely escalated, aggravated whatever injury he had. But now that he's got someone he can trust to play that role, he's like, right, I've caught it early. Let's just not risk it. I need him against City. I need him against likes of United, Newcastle when we played them, and Chelsea when we played them, rather than and Aston Villa, with Jorginho is a quality player, man. He can definitely do a job against the lower half of the table.
Okay, let's just go through some of these quickly. I'm just gonna go through some of them quickly as we have a bunch of different topics to talk about. Who can do Partey's job? Jorginho can. And you know what? Mikel Arteta spoke about Jorginho right here. He said Mikel Arteta on Jorginho. He's really good. He's come in the team and he's earned the respect of everybody. And I think he can. He had a really good game. That is true. I think Jorginho did have a good game. He's not any of our first choices. That's the reality. But I felt like he had a decent enough game where it was like he had a good Arsenal start. That was a reality. Versus Manchester City, he didn't make a mistake. And when it comes down to holding on to possession, recycling it, and just doing his job, I felt like he was good. His positioning defensively, I'm gonna question that always. But I didn't really see him get beat or caught out at all in this game. Do you guys disagree?
I'll let him go first.
I thought he done well in the first half. I think he could have maybe done better on the third goal, to be honest. He kind of lets Bernardo Silva and Gundogan just run the midfield and get into our box. So yeah, but overall, for what I thought he would have done in the game, I thought he done quite well. But again, Partey is always going to be a miss. It's always going to be a drop off from Partey, which is always the worry.
Fair enough.
You know what it is for me? I thought he had an intelligent performance. I think his sort of reading of the game and certain interceptions he made, I was like, you know what? I hear what Chelsea fans are saying when they say he doesn't need pace. His reading of the game is actually remarkable. Like I was like, you know what? I can see why Arteta wanted him for so long because his IQ is fucking off the charts. It's brilliant and he's different. But I thought you had a brilliant game considering you are playing the champions of England. You know, you are playing a midfield who have been dominating England for 4 to 5 seasons. So credit to him.
You know what? The next thing is he also spoke about Mikel Arteta, also spoke about Unai Emery. And I feel like we're going to talk about Unai Emery and him making it difficult for us later on. He spoke about Jesus. He said Gabby's still not there yet. Basically, is not there. So Gabriel Jesus is not fit enough yet to be a feature in this team and to be a mainstay in this team. So that's the latest update on Gabriel Jesus's injury. I'm not too concerned about Gabriel Jesus' injury. I feel like as long as he comes back and he's ready to go, he could hit the ground running and start playing right away. I feel like we're giving him enough time to actually get himself ready. We've learned from our mistakes in the past where players have gotten injured and we've rushed them back, like Thomas Partey, and then they got injured again. We did that this season with Emile Smith. I felt like Emile Smith might not have been fully ready to play against Oxford United. You guys want to go jump on that, or you want to just keep it moving?
Yeah, I mean, quickly just to say, the reason why I'm not concerned is because if you look at our next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fixtures, we don't actually need him. If we're being absolutely honest, we've got a squad good enough for the next 7 games to win. That's when we play Liverpool on the 8th of April. That's when I need him ready because that's the bigger games. Like then we've got the likes of West Ham. Then we've got Man City on the 26th. Then we've got Chelsea on the 29th. That's a run of games I want him fit for. Not right now. I mean, right now we can do the sort of, come on, play 10, 20, 30 minutes, get your fitness and get your legs warmed up again, and we'll go again. And then by that point in April, he's fully fit, no injuries. We've caught whatever we needed to catch, and we've rectified all of his injury niggles by the point we get to Liverpool. That's my take on it.
You know what? I
think
agree. Go ahead.
I think people forget that Smith Rowe was actually playing with an injury last season, and it's of course hasn't helped this season because when he tried to get back to full fitness, it was always going to reoccur. So hopefully, this surgery that he's recently had just removes everything, and he can come back into the team regularly. Because I generally think when this guy's up and running, fully fit, he actually gets into our starting 11. That's how good he is. So hopefully he's back soon.
There is a lot to talk about today, but the next place I'm gonna go is kind of left field. It's kind of out of nowhere, kind of just random. You guys are gonna probably say, "What are you talking about?" But we got to talk about it because there's a lot to talk about on today's show. Did you guys see? I'm just gonna get away from the press conference for a second, and I'm gonna go to. Did you see the Rashford stuff? Did you see Arsenal are linked to Marcus Rashford? Yes, Arsenal are linked to buying Marcus Rashford in the summer. Potentially, we're monitoring the situation as reported by what is it? I forget what the outlet was. Let me just find it before we shift over to the next segment. But yeah, Marcus Rashford. Yeah, here we go. Apparently, Football Insider have reported that Arsenal are planning a shock bid for Marcus Rashford as his contract is ending at the end of the season with Manchester United. Manchester United will, of course, have PSG to worry about because that's the main target. That PSG's main target to replace Mbappe is Rashford. But do you think there's a possibility Arsenal could pull off Rashford? I'm looking at it. I just think it's very far fetched. But at the same time, I laugh because when you see stuff like this, you just gotta laugh. But realistically, people are comparing Bukayo Saka and Rashford already all the time. You know what? Rashford might have 12 goals, but Bukayo Saka has more GA. That's the reality. Where's the thing? I'm trying to find it. Anyways, continue. What do you think? Thomas Partey, forget about Partey for a second. Rashford. And there's multiple Rashford rumors. So this is the main one. Arsenal are still monitoring the contract situation with and Arteta seems to be a huge fan. Football Insider even did a full piece on this. Where is it? Football Insider did a full piece on it. When did they do this piece? Was it yesterday? Holy shit, they tweet a lot. I wasn't expecting that. They tweet a lot. When was the last time they tweeted? Oh shit, we went on the 15th already. Have you guys seen it? What's
No,
that?
I've not seen the piece on it, no.
Nah, these guys just chat shit. They can't be serious. What the hell, Zaha?
Yeah, well, that's
What?
every year thing, isn't it?
What are they on about? Yeah, Football Insider chat shit, bro. We can't take them serious. We can't take Football Insider serious, can we? Surely we can't take Football Insider too serious. But this is the main report. This is the main thing that we're looking at. I don't think Rashford joins Arsenal. That's the reality. People here saying, Egal, tell him I'm not up to Chelsea. What? Why? I've been signing Rashford for the past 2 years. Yeah, they've been saying we want to sign Rashford for the past couple of years. That's true. Every time we're linked to Rashford, it's fake PR. It's to help him get his contract sorted. That's what I think it is. Don't you agree?
I mean, look, I want him. I don't really. I hope it's true because I've always said he's a remarkable talent. Even 2 seasons ago, when the rumors first started, I said bring him in because what he can offer this team is different. Is different. He's a bona fide game winner, and that's what we're missing at the minute. That man, like the go-to guy, and he's been showing it this season. Like when you need a goal, the guy's gonna score. And if there's any substance to it, if there is to be, I don't believe it'll happen because he is a Manc through and through. He's born and bred Manchester. He's always going to be, United at his heart. So I doubt it happens, but I would not be against this one bit if it did.
Anyways, what about you, Em? What are you saying? Okay, you there?
With Rashford, yeah, I'm back. With Rashford, I would love him at Arsenal, to be honest. But one thing about Rashford is he'd displace Martinelli straight away because he's got qualities that Martinelli just maybe he might have in the future, but Rashford's finishing is ridiculous, man. Everything he's doing right now is just remarkable, man. Man's every time he shoots, he just knows going to the back of the net. So Rashford, please bring him to Arsenal, but I doubt that Manchester United send him to a rival. So I doubt it, man. But hopefully it happens because him and Saka on either side is dangerous, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. You know what? Shots fired. I mean, I care. Listen, I mean, I care. You could talk about me on your Instagram all you want. Free advertisement. Keep talking. I love it. Keep talking shit. Rat Army, assemble. Right. I'll bring the exterminator out. Don't worry. Anyways, let's continue because guys just want to chat shit and get banged out. That's what it is. But when it comes to this actual situation right here, I'm here to talk about football. I'm not here to talk about 20 years of pain and misfortune and the fact that you and all you want to talk about is your post-traumatic stress about Arsenal every single day. Like, are we gonna continue to talk about why we booked it, why we busted down the stadium was to do this and do that every year? Are we just going to talk about why we broke down the stadium to do this, to do that? What kind of conversation are we having every year? Oh, the aim of elite sport is to win. Yeah, 100%. And that's what we're trying to do. Can you not see where we're trying to go? You literally, you know what we're trying to do. You're not dumb. You're a smart guy. That's why you do what you do. You say things the way you say it because you're a smart guy. You know what you're doing. It is what it is. I'm not going to get triggered and react to idiots. It is what it is. And you know what? He's not an idiot. He's actually a smart guy. He knows what the hell he's doing. Bit savvy guy. Okay. Jump on Egal, make jokes about him. Pause right now. Make jokes about Egal. Get on to him because you've seen the moment where I went viral with Brendan and he's trying to call it bullying. Who the hell's bullying anybody? Who's bullying anybody? Just keep chatting shit, bro. You know your boy. If you go on a stream with me, you're just gonna talk for 20 minutes. And what's the point? Am I gonna be sitting there for 20 minutes? I'd rather do something better with my time. Anyways, let's continue. People just want to chat shit every second. Moving on to the next topic. Do you guys know what the next topic is? I'll tell you guys right now. The next topic is the Premier League have charged Arsenal and Manchester City again. Arsenal got charged again for the same thing. We keep getting charged. It seems like every second we get charged with another dumb thing. This time they charged us for the fact that Gabriel and the player surrounded the referee on that penalty decision that was overruled. The penalty decision that was overruled, and City got two decisions. City got two decisions. Two decisions, and they in there 42nd minute and 64th minute. It is what it is. At this point, it's a joke. You could even see here.
Might as well just get a direct debit set up with them. Let's just make it official, innit? We know we're going to get charged weekly. Every game we play, there's going to be a fine. It's just, at this point, it's just laughable because it's like how many teams do it and how many teams have been charged? Like, oh, this is what I mean, man. They're all corrupt bastards, man. They can do one. I don't really fucking care anymore.
You know what? It's not the end of the world.
You know what we should do though? I'm not even joking. We should punch the ref. At least then it's a worthy fine. Just punch him.
If you do that, you're getting like charged.
Yeah, we're getting charged anyway. So what's the fucking difference? At least throw a tomato at him or something.
Charges, bro.
Let's at least throw a tomato at him. You know, do something in it that's worthy of fucking 10. At least make the 10 grand worth it. You know, just throw a tomato, you know, just throw an egg at him or something, you know, just
at this point, we have the direct debit set up. Every time there's an issue, we're just like, oh, we know what the issue is.
Yeah, we're financing the FA, man. That's what we're doing at this point. They're broke.
Yeah, they're taking the bill out every time. You know what? People saying, Egal, don't stoop to the level they want is... It's not even that. At this moment in time, I wouldn't say it's clout. I would just say it's an easy way to try to start controversy, right? Get somebody who disagrees with you and have a debate with them. But it's never a debate when one person's speaking. Anyways, enough said. I don't want to make every stream about somebody else. Let's keep it moving.
I need to see that debate, to be honest. I
personally, should I be honest? There is no debate, man. The guy's gonna say the same.
True.
Bullshit he's been speaking about. You know, not knowing his facts, not knowing exactly actually what the timeline.
I was just on a stream with Northside right now. No disrespect to anybody, but like, if you can listen to something and you know exactly what's going to be said, and you know,
not a debate,
and you know this is going to be the exact same thing that's said in every stream from now until the rest of the season.
Bro, I can get a 5-year-old to make his debates for him. I can have a 5-year-old act like Lee Gunner and debate Egal because at the point I can tell you exactly what he's going to say. So he's not going to say nothing different. There is no debate. That's the problem. Anyways, I don't really give a fuck. He can do what he wants.
It is what it is. And you know what? It is what it is. I've heard he's been talking about me on his videos. People are sending me clips. People telling me he's talking about me on his Instagram right now, on Twitter. It is what it is. Guess what?
You must be desperate though, innit? Like, surely, like, I don't understand. Like, you've got what, 70,000 subscribers and you're begging it off. Like, come on now, like, grow up, bro. Grow up.
You know what it is? It's Daddy's coming to save Brendan because Brendan got a little heat off the back of the Twitter thing.
He's a man. He's a man. He doesn't need no one backing him up, man. There was nothing deep about that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, look, two emotional fans. It got emotional. Shit happens, man. I'm sure you guys are cool now anyway.
Nah, Brandon's done. I don't talk to him no more. You're not gonna see him on the channel again.
Oh, fair enough then. All right.
You know what I mean? But that's not my choice. That's his choice. He chose to say, yo, he got upset that all the stuff that people were tweeting out the next morning. And then put out a biography about how
but you stand by what you say then, innit? Like, I don't understand why people get so triggered by, like, that's your opinion. You wanted to call him the P word. Stand by it then. But yeah.
No, I didn't call him
No. I'm saying he called the players a P word. No one liked that. Everyone stuck by like what you did in terms of there's better ways to conduct yourself. So if people don't like it, don't say things on the internet you can't handle the heat of. That's all I say to people. Like, even what I say, if people disagree with it, cool. Like, I can't then go and start being like, oh, why is someone else getting support? Why is like whoever's right and why is everyone making me wrong? Like, it is what it is, man. That's the world we live in. It's the world we live in.
Let's now move on. Let's now move on to the actual situation here that we need to talk about. We need to talk about the actual situation here, the Aston Villa game. Are you guys concerned? Because this game is now a must-win game. We have to beat Aston Villa at all costs. We cannot afford to drop points in this game. If we are trying to win this Premier League and we are serious about winning this Premier League, we have to gain maximum points in this game. Maximum points. And that, I mean, 3 points. A draw is a failure. A loss is the utmost failure. And dare I say, we lose another game. People are going to lose their minds. And you know what? The thing is, I'm not going to sit here and let fans control my emotions. I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave about other fans anymore. The reality is the team on the pitch is not performing the last couple of days. Why is that? We need to find out what the issue is. In my opinion, it's a category of individual errors and the lack of instability in the front three. We need to change it up. We need to try something new. We need to make a change. I would have not started Eddie Nketiah in the previous 2 games, personally. After the game against Everton, I would have benched Eddie Nketiah, or at least bench Gabriel Martinelli. One or the other. That's what it is. People are saying it's YouTube, it's nothing serious. You know what? That's the reality. That's the reality. You know what I mean?
But anyways, on your point, let's actually bring it back to football a bit. Now, I agree. I think one of Eddie or Martinelli needs to be dropped, not because they're crap players or it's just a system thing. And one of the things is, and why we've started off so well was, firstly, the unpredictability. I don't think anyone expected us to do so well to begin with. But then what we've done is made ourselves too predictable because, let's be honest, if we're putting our bets on, I don't bet, but if we were to like gamble on the fact of who is going to start, we can all pretty much tell what the starting 11 tomorrow will be. And that's an issue because managers now know how to prepare for that 11. But if Arteta now goes, you think Nketiah was going to start, here you go, have a Trossard. Let's see how you deal with that one. You know what it does? It throws their game plan off. And let's be honest, Nketiah or Trossard, is anyone going to be mad at if we did that swap? No. If Martinelli got dropped for Trossard, would anyone be mad at that? No. But the difference is, what that then does is it makes, like, for example, let's use tomorrow's game. It's going to make Emery go at start and go, I did not prepare for that. I thought Eddie would be bona fide to start. So Trossard's going to give you something different. And also, Trossard has a fear factor. People look at him and go, shit, this guy scored a hat-trick at Anfield. This guy scored against City, scored against Arsenal, scored against United, scored against, pretty much every one of the big teams this season. He's going to put fear in the defenders, and they're going to be wary of him. Whereas I think right now, Eddie Nketiah does not scare defenders. Look, whether it's because of poor performances, but I don't think they look at Nketiah and go, oh, shit, man, what a game we're going to have today. Like, this is going to be long. They're probably thinking, yeah, we know what to do. He's a typical striker, not physical enough, doesn't press enough at the moment. So it's easy. And that's what I think we need to do, is just switch it a bit. That's just what I think.
You know what the crazy thing is? So much news is dropping right now. What the hell just happened? Manchester United just got bought, I think. Crazy. No,
What
they
happened?
didn't. The Qataris didn't make the deadline.
Well, wait, what? I'm confused. What's happened?
Qataris didn't make the deadline for Manchester United, I don't think. That's crazy. Anyways, my bad. Some crazy shit's just happening. But yo, let's get back to the Arsenal game. I'm just gonna say this. Are you guys concerned to the point where you feel like Aston Villa away, we could really have a banana skin on our hands to the point where we drop 3 points and we're now in a situation where we're basically out of the title race, potentially.
Do you know what? No, because if you look at Aston Villa's last few performances, for example, they're coming off of back-to-back losses. They need to win as well. So if they're gonna camp out and park the bus and go for a draw, it's also not good enough for them with their recent form. So I do think this could be a game where they try and open up, especially later on into the game. So if we can just go back to having our quick starts and having our typical starts that we do where we score within the first 25 minutes, it forces them to come out. And we know what happens when teams come out and play us. We pretty much batter them. So that's just what I think is going to happen.
You know what? This is a situation. I'm looking at this. Ben White definitely has to come back into the team. Eddie Nketiah should get dropped, but I don't think he will. I don't think Eddie's going to get dropped. I'm looking at
But
this.
you know one part of the press conference though, it sounds like Arteta wants to change the 11.
Yeah, because
I mean, it's an insinuation. I'm not saying he said it. I'm just saying he insinuates.
He spoke about potential changes, and he said, "We know that we are going to play in that time, and that's not an excuse." He mentioned the time of the game in the reasoning why he feels like this is a good opportunity to make a change. Let me just show you guys what he said. And do you guys think this is an excuse? Because people are saying he's a crybaby, he's crying, people are saying he's a crybaby, he's making excuses, he's whinging. But this was Mikel Arteta's point. He basically said that Arteta on the schedule. He said there is a certain rule on Champions League. When you play Wednesday night, you cannot play on Saturday. That is a reality. Then there's also this. He says on this was what he said after. He's like, we know that we are going to play at that time, and that's not an excuse. Arteta on making potential changes.
I don't see where the excuse is there. He's just making the possibility that teams that play on Wednesday don't usually play Saturday early kickoff. You saw certain managers complaining about that last season and the season before. So I don't know. Managers just don't like playing on Saturday early kickoff when they've just had a tough game on Wednesday. It's just normal. I think every other manager would have done the same thing, to be honest.
People saying, should we recall Balogun and Patino from their loans? I don't think we can do that, Thomas. You got to understand. People saying drop Martinelli for Trossard. I don't think we're going to do that either. People would rather drop Eddie Nketiah. That's the reality. And the situation that we find ourselves in right now, if we did
Eddie Nketiah ain't getting dropped. I just know he
basically did, because Eddie Nketiah was playing on the left and Trossard came in and Martinelli started up top. So I already can see that Mikel Arteta makes substitutions in game and then ends up going with those substitutions that he made in game as a starting option in the future. Like Tomiyasu as a left back, first he does it as a substitution, then he does it as an actual starting position. Or Ben White as what do you call it, right back. It was never an experiment. He literally just started with it from day one. But you can see when he's stuck with something, he sticks with it. But Tomiyasu's performance, definitely Ben White's getting back in after the back of Tomiyasu's performance. And Martinelli is safe. I thought Martinelli was the one that was going to lose his spot to Trossard potentially, because Eddie Nketiah scored a brace for his Man United, high form. But at this moment in time, let's be real. Eddie's not performing. He
missed so many chances against City, by the way. Like I watched that game back. He missed so many chances. He had a chance in the first opening minutes where Zinchenko whips in a beautiful ball and then he puts it wide and he's literally 5 yards out. And there was many chances in the second half as well. Him and Xhaka really need to step up this game because I thought they were poor against City in both halves.
Yeah. Look, Tommy, stick to FIFA. That's harsh. But yeah, Modric and Felix were available. Do you think Milinkovic-Savic was available in the middle of the season? Because we know for a fact Osimhen was not. We know Ivan Toney was not available. And why on earth would the club sign a player who's in the middle of an investigation for a betting scandal? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Maybe Savage, but the other two, I mean, Osimhen, Napoli are flying right now. They wouldn't sell unless you wanted to pay like 150, maybe 200 million. Like, it'd have to be something stupidly ridiculous to get him out in January, like a fee that they could never get again. So yeah, guys, come on, man. Let's just be a little bit more reasonable and sensible when we're trying to dig out the club. Like, there's so many more points you can make. You can talk about the fact we didn't get a plan A's more than you can talk about we should have got this player and that player. So yeah, and also what we want isn't what the club wants. You know, we can think a player suited, but if Arteta thinks, nope, this isn't the profile I want, that profile ain't coming. And it's as simple as that.
Joao Felix was a player Arteta wanted, but it was up to Edu to get that transfer over the line. I'm pretty sure Arteta wanted Joao Felix in January, and we didn't get him. Because he's a player that could play across the front three, just like Trossard, but more proven than Trossard.
But he's very Gabriel Jesus-esque as well.
Exactly. We missed out on Joao Felix. If we had Joao
at the same
Felix
time, like 21 million as a loan fee is a little bit. But I get it. If he does come in and wins us the Premier League, it's a bit of a. Well, do we care? But yeah, I don't.
Exactly. But we bought a Polish centre back in Jacob, but he's for the future. Come on the pitch. So 25 million, 15 million. Yes.
You know what? Your audio just cut out. Your audio just cut out there. But let's just get back to the actual conversation at hand. Because in my opinion, when it comes down to this game, right? Let these people just keep chatting.
That's pretty fun though.
That's the reality. When it comes down to this game, Aston Villa, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a little concerned based on the form, but going into this game, I'm saying to myself, we have to do what we need to do. Aston Villa's record, back-to-back Premier League defeats for the first time since October. Like, I don't think they could do that to us. I don't think Aston Villa is the team that's going to give us a defeat. At worst, I could see this game being a draw. But I think we should be able to get it done. It's going to be a squeaky game, 2-1 Arsenal. And only reason why I say it's a 2-1 game is because just think about how many players we've had out, how many situations we've been through away from home. This is a tough game also. All signs say we do some sort of situation where we drop points. But I'm saying that Mikel Arteta is going to have these guys galvanized. Mikel Arteta is going to see that they're going to be playing a 4-4-2. They're going to try to set up a low block. He's going to have Jorginho in that midfield rather than Thomas Partey, and it's going to be a situation where we're going to have another extra person to unlock that defense. I'm not saying Jorginho is going to be the guy who plays the ball-splitting passes, but without Thomas Partey, we're going to have to hold on to the ball, recycle it a lot more. Yes, we're going to be more culpable on the counter-attack. That's why Ben White is crucial in this game. And defensively, we're going to have to stay solid. My main concerns I've already spoken about, but the positives are that we're going to be going up against either Callum Chambers or Mings or Konsa or Mings. Like, the defense is not something to be like very scared of. Their defense is not intimidating at all. Martinez is probably the best defender and he's a goalkeeper, right? So he's going to be at the back of the line. Their midfield, Kamara, I rate very highly, and he would be a good like defensive midfielder. Douglas Luiz is not that good. Not that guy. Jacob Ramsey and Buendia are exciting creators, but they really don't have any finishers in their team. Ollie Watkins not a clear finisher, even though he scored against us in the past. And Leon Bailey is not that good of a finisher either. He's barely scored many goals in the Premier League while he's been here. So they have their own deficiencies. We don't really need to be too wary. The thing is, 12:30 kickoff, people always, some crazy things happens in those games. But I'm hopeful Arsenal get the deal done. 2-1 Arsenal victory. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section as we go through this final segment of the show. What about you, Em, before we go? What are you saying? What's your score prediction? Em, you there?
I think we're 2-0. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Yeah. I think we're gonna win the game. I think it's gonna be nervy, but I think we'll win the game. I think we'll take a early lead as well. Depending on who starts up front with a Trossard or Nketiah. I still do think Nketiah is gonna start the game, by the way. But I do hope Trossard comes into the line, push Martinelli out to the left, Saka of course on the right. Yeah, I will go 2-0, and hopefully we get back to winning ways on Saturday.
Bang, bang. 2-0. Gunner Souls, wrap it up for us. What you saying? And yo, M, big up. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. I think for the Aston Villa game, we've got to remember, right? Villa were flying high last season as well, and we piped them 3-0 when we were like the underwhelming favourites, and people just did not give us a hoping chance last season to beat them, and we managed to beat them. So I think the same happened. Look, they've got Callum Chambers and Konsa at the back. They're not, your Lewis Dunks. They're not your, Sven Botmans. They're not your top, Premier League centre backs that everyone wants. They're very average at best. So even if they do go and park the bus or play a low block, their defenders are not good enough. Emile Martinez, okay, yeah, I'll give him that. He's a top, arguably world class level goalkeeper for everything he's done in his career so far. So that's the main threat that they have, is like, can we actually beat Martinez? And we've done it in multiple occasions, so it's not really the worry I have. And therefore, I do think we need to have some form of a big performance. I just want 3 points. I'm not really. Bottom line is, I don't really care how we do it, but we need to just get the 3 points and just kickstart a run again. But what I really want to see is like a 3-0.
3-0. I don't
It's
know
what I
how.
want to see. I'm not saying it'll happen, but that's what I want. So
2-1 Aston Villa, 2-1 Arsenal. What are you guys saying in the chat? Let me know. Honestly, honest opinions. Bro, it's just demoralizing. It's just demoralizing. Assuming the most of people who follow League On are young. Oh man, allow it, bro. Terrence, allow it, Tibbs. Let's not stoop to that level. But yeah, I'm gonna just wrap it up there. Honestly, today it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna be on Husam's channel later. Hopefully, I have a little bit more energy right there. I'm gonna put out a bunch of TikToks. Yeah, Emmy wants back. Emmy, you want Emmy back? I don't think he's ever gonna come back to Arsenal.
no, we don't really need him anymore.
Yeah. Lee wanted Arsenal to sign Dele Alli over Odegaard and Ryan Fraser. You know what? That it, bro. We keep talking about Lee. I don't want to make this whole channel just talking about Lee 24/7. Let's stop doing that. Free Spain of Lee. What the fuck? What the hell are we doing? Send
Oh,
Lee
guys, just let him live his life. We live our lives. It is what it is.
Is there anything else to really talk about? We've spoken about everything. I feel like I've covered everything. For anyone who doesn't know what we've covered today, we've spoken about Emile Smith Rowe. We spoke about Lee Mason. We spoke about Marcus Rashford. We spoke about Partey, Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus. We spoke about Mikel Arteta's press conference ahead of the big game tomorrow. We spoke about changes we would make in the starting 11, substitutions, the schedule conflict, and the fact that a lot of people are triggered by the fact that he brought it up in the first place. I'm pretty sure every manager has brought it up in the past. And then we gave our score predictions. I went with a 2-1. You went with a 3-0, but more hope than anything else, right?
Yeah, that's just what I want.
There you go. And we're out of here, people. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for a post-match reaction. And make sure you do check out some of the YouTube shorts that I post. And of course, I was just on Never a Foul, so make sure you do check out Never a Foul. And I'll be on Husam's channel later today, so go check that out. My guy, Mons, is going to be doing a show right now on his channel. And I'll send you guys over there. Hopefully, you guys can go show him some love and raid the chat with the I don't want to call my guys exterminators. Just say Egal. Just say Egal's guys are in the house or whatever. Say whatever you guys want to say. Just tell Mons I sent you. Okay. When you guys jump over there, just tell Mons I sent you. The video is gonna end right now. Really do appreciate all the love, people, and make sure you do leave a comment if you've gotten this far in the video and you're just watching on the playback. Because you guys are the real ones. And everyone who's watching live, you're a real one too. Love and respect, people. Remember, You can let the 1 second. Let me just say this. Sometimes when people are arguing, the person who speaks the most is the one that's losing. That's the reality. Just remember that. Just remember that.